So I know you probably think that in order to have a successful job search that you need to do it all, to do everything. But honestly, that's completely wrong. All you need to do is pick one job search strategy that really plays to your strengths and run with it. So I'm going to show you how. Let's get into it. Hey there, I'm Mercedes. I'm an executive recruiter and a career coach. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I use my knowledge to help Black professionals succeed in their careers and build their dream lives. So what we're talking about today is all about job search strategy. So I generally feel like when job seekers are really messing up is that they are doing the most. And what happens is that leads to burnout and frustration, and really they end up never landing their dream job. And what I want you to do is just be open, okay? Just think about what I'm telling you, because I'm actually going to recommend that you only choose one job search strategy, and I'm going to tell you about each of the job search strategies that you can use, why you should use them, and how to really play to your strengths in choosing these strategies. So hang on tight, we're going to get into it. Okay, so before we get started about those 4 strategies, I do want to let you know, just stay until the end, because I'm going to share with you one bonus strategy that's really going to help you, and it's really unique because a lot of job seekers do not use this, and I think it's going to help you a lot. So let's get started. So like I mentioned, there are 4 strategies. The first one is networking. And one of the things I'm going to start off with, it is my pet peeve. I'm going to say this until the day that I die. Networking is not about networking your way into a job with that goal in mind. Networking is about building a relationship within your field or your industry or with connections at your future employer. So notice I said building relationships. That should be your goal anytime you're networking. So please keep that in mind. If you're using networking for anything else, then be careful, because it's probably not actually helping you. Now, networking isn't for everyone, neither are any of the other strategies that I'm going to share with you. So as I'm going through each of them, I'm going to share with you the strengths of the people that should be using this type of strategy. So if you're going to leverage a networking strategy, some of your strengths need to be that you're really a people person, you really enjoy meeting new people, connecting with them, and again, building relationships, like making a friend. Okay, I know it's professional, but hear me out, okay? So if you're somebody that's really energized by that and you like building relationships and meeting new people, this is a strategy for you. So where I see people that they dread networking, right, they're going to get burnt out. If you hate the idea of talking to a stranger and talking to multiple strangers all the time, like, don't do it. Like, don't, okay? The times in your job search where networking can be really impactful and helpful, I'm going to go through those now. So it's one when there is a lot of competition, and so you really need to help yourself stand out by really interacting and meeting with people who may be making a decision or may be able to refer you. And again, the goal is not to refer you. The goal is to build relationships. The second one is when you're able to really find the representatives or contact information or find their LinkedIn account, and it's readily available for you. That's not the case in all industries, and sometimes it's kind of hard to kind of find out where people work or who people are or how to find them. And it's also when you really need to rely on your people skills or your potential in a career path. So if you're an entry-level professional and you're trying to get into a really competitive field, that personal connection or having somebody refer you, or really just learning about the field and growing in that way by making connections and learning more, is something that's really going to help you. Or if it's a field like sales or something where relationships are really important, then people skills is something, and being able to say, okay, I have built these relationships with these people is something that's really going to help you. So again, networking isn't for everybody, and I know that there's so many people that just feel like they have to, but I'm going to share with you some other strategies if you're not a networker. And trust me, I can do it well, but I don't enjoy it. I don't use this strategy, but for those of you who love it, this is for you. Okay, so the second one is skill building. And what skill building is learning relevant skills or knowledge for the position or the job type that you are looking to land. So an example of this is getting a certification, taking some online trainings, maybe like on LinkedIn, or looking for opportunities in your current place of employment in which you can get some on-the-job training or cross-training in these areas. These are ways that you can build your skills that make sure that you are positioned as a candidate that has more skills than some others, right? So if you have these types of strengths, then this is something that's really great for you. So you have a love of learning, or you're really passionate about the topic that you're learning, and also that you have a really good discipline around completing your training, and just confidence in yourself. And so what I mean by that is that if you're able to really work and build up your skills in these couple of areas, and you feel like that's what you really need to feel more confident in your job search, to feel like you can sell your skills. I know that's exactly not some confidence, but it's just more of like your personality. Like if you do really feel like you need those credentials to show up as confident, then it's something that you may need to consider, and whether or not skill building is for you. So when to skill build? Skill building is really great if you're an entry-level professional, or you're transitioning, or you're moving from one level to another. So these are the ways that you can really show that you have more expertise in an area than would be indicated by your job experience or your education. And it's just something that can show like, hey, I really do have the skill set, the competencies, the background, the experience to do these things. And it looks impressive, right? So for instance, for me, right, if I'm an entry-level professional and I want to go entry-level HR professional, and I want to go ahead and level up to that next stage, then maybe it's advantageous for me to take some LinkedIn courses in specific areas of human resources, or maybe even go ahead and get my certification. So think about it. Okay, number 3 is LinkedIn. So it's kind of like networking, but it's like social networking, right? Because we love that now. Yay. So using LinkedIn is all about, again, building connections and networking via LinkedIn. But it's also about really using it as a social platform and optimizing your LinkedIn profile to get views. So for example, you could be reaching out to recruiters via emails and expressing your interest, or learning more about companies, or reaching out to other employees that work at that company. It could mean making sure that you have all of your information filled out on LinkedIn so that recruiters can find you in search functions in order to reach out to you about opportunities. It also means using it like a social media platform. People who are more active on LinkedIn show up higher in the search results. So what that means is you may get contacted more often by recruiters, right, based on your field and industry. Like, that's another story. We're not going there right now. But what I'm trying to say is that it is a full strategy, and it takes a lot of time. So really just be mindful and thoughtful about all the ways that you can be leveraging LinkedIn to engage and position yourself as top talent. So some of the strengths of people that may want to use LinkedIn as a strategy is that they're tech savvy, they're social media savvy, they have a really good social media presence, and they like posting and leveraging LinkedIn, or posting in groups, or engaging with others on LinkedIn. And they also have really strong digital communication, so they don't find it a problem sliding into somebody's LinkedIn DMs, okay? I said it. And then also one of the things, I'm going to digress just a little bit. One of the things that's really awesome or cool to do, especially if you're not currently employed, is like posting your LinkedIn, your resume on LinkedIn, and say, hey, I'm looking for a job here. Any referrals? And say what you're looking for, because that is one of the most go-getter ways that you can get some traction on LinkedIn, okay? So when to use LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is really great when you have a highly desired skill set and people will be reaching out to you passively. So if you're somebody in IT, like LinkedIn is really great for you because people are constantly looking on LinkedIn and reaching out to IT professionals. Trust me, I'm one of them. LinkedIn is really great when you're looking at networking, connecting with people from larger companies, right? Because it's very unlikely that you can go to that person's website, look them up, find their email, right? But it's a lot easier to use LinkedIn search functions to look for people that you can connect with at these larger companies. Another thing that's helpful is gaining insight. So LinkedIn has so much information about position. It has so much information about what people post, what's going on at different companies and things like that. So it can be really helpful if you are super active and engaged for you to gain insight from people that you connect with or from what's trending or what's going on LinkedIn. It's a really great way to stay connected in your industry. Speaking of industry, it's really great when you're entering in industry. So some of the things that I mentioned as it related to networking and being able to reach out and make personal connections so that you can share your potential or people will want to refer you. That's one of the really great things about LinkedIn is that you can leverage those type of networking resources, but digital, right? So if you're somebody that's like, oh yeah, no, I don't mind being a keyword warrior and messaging everybody until they block me. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that either. But you don't really like the face-to-face networking. That's a really great option for you. Okay? The last one, or should I say second to last if you're hanging around for the bonus. So anyway, the fourth one is research. And research, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little biased. It is my preferred job search strategy because I love it. And I'm going to tell you why. So research as a job search strategy means that you're conducting in-depth research about a company, such as their goals, their mission, their needs, and their employees, and you're using this to your advantage. So as an example, right, when I'm going to a job search, because this is my job search strategy, okay, I'm going to research all the major players. I'm going to look at the goals of the company. I'm going to scan their entire website. I'm going to make sure I know that job description back and forth. I'm going to find out what initiatives are going on or what the company's doing. Where they're trying to go. I'm going to find out as much as I can about that company, and then I'm going to use that in things like my resume, my cover letter. If I'm going to follow up and say thank you, right, because that's a basic thing, okay? That's not networking. It's basic follow-up. Right? So you're just using these information to really show that you have insight into that position. And again, that can be on your resume or while you're interviewing. It's really going to help you rise above because they're going to understand that you already understand what's needed, especially if you're interviewing for like a leadership role or a management level role, an executive level role. Like, this is so helpful to know, and it'll really help you position yourself as a top candidate. What strengths should you have if you're going to use networking strategy, right? So one, you like research. You like learning new things, right? You're inquisitive. You're curious. You're really excited to do some digging, right? Like me, I was like, oh, I love going through Glassdoor and finding out all this, the stuff that people post about their company and what's going on. You're also analytical and you're strategic. So if you're not able to kind of figure out how you can use that company's mission, I shouldn't say against them, but right, use it for your advantage. If you don't really understand how to do that, it's not going to be helpful or impactful, right? Or if you're not going to use that information to tailor your resume or tailor how you answer your interviews, it's not going to help you. And the last thing is that you're like really visionary in nature, right? Because one of the most powerful things that you can do with the research that you get is go into an interview or something like that, or if there's other things like a case or a presentation that's in your interview process, right? You can really pull yourself together or demonstrate that you're a visionary for this company or the position that you'd be coming into, because they see that you have a lot of insight. You can make recommendations and tell them how you think things should be done. And it really helps you be set apart from candidates who don't do that. So again, one of the reasons to use the research job search strategy, again, when there's high competition, right? You have to set yourself apart. Also, I mentioned this a little bit when you're looking for higher level positions, so management level or above, or senior position, even if it's not a management position, just really having a sense of that is going to help you position yourself better for the nuances of what they're looking for in that candidate. And also, it helps you when the company it has a mission focus. Like, they're not just looking to hire people. They want people to be passionate, or they want people to be committed to a cause or a reason for doing things. So like for nonprofits, for example, that may be really helpful that you understand the industry, the field, and you're able to speak to that. And so they're looking so much as they're looking for a fit for the position in terms of skill set, they're looking for a personality and a more, how do I put this, mission-driven aspect of that candidate that's attached to what they do. So yeah, that was a lot. The last one is, if you hate networking, right? Like, you know, there's not a lot, right? You can do skill building or you can do research. Like, you know, that is what it is. So I told you that I was going to give you a bonus if you hung around till the end. Job seekers honestly just sleep on this tactic, but it's really just one of the things that is so great because it can really help you just navigate all the waters of your job search better. I don't know if I use that phrase right, but that's where we at right now, okay? It was an interesting day. Okay, so this tactic or this job search strategy is to enlist a mentor. So people really sleep on mentors. People are like, I don't know how to get a mentor. I don't understand what a mentor is. But mentors are just people that you're able to seek guidance from, right? They can help you and their insight and their knowledge, and you can use that to help you in your job search, right? So I have more information about mentorships in my membership, which I don't want to go into too much detail here about how to find a mentor or what the mentor relationship looks like, because it's not just, again, take. It is building a relationship with somebody else. And usually you have an existing relationship with them in some capacity and you're asking them for additional support as a mentor. Or there's a program. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to do it, but I did it anyway. But basically, the reasons why having a mentor is so important is because usually that mentor is in your field or your industry or where you're looking to go, right? They already have some experience there, so they can give you some information about what may be helpful in your job search. They can give you guidance and insight into the position, and really it's helpful for you in terms of knowing what to expect, really making sure that you're able to position yourself as top talent, right? Because sometimes there's certain language or certain things that you should or shouldn't do, and that mentor can help you, or should not say in an interview. That too, okay? So there's a lot of things insight-wise that they can help you and help guide you so that you don't make mistakes in your job search, and so that you position yourself as top talent. So it's hard to use this, right, if you don't necessarily have an individual that you've already been in contact with to be a mentor, or there's not an existing program that you know of. I can tell you there's a lot of different networks online that can help you find a mentor in some areas or some fields. So even if you don't have an existing relationship, maybe there's some programs out there where you can look for a mentor, somebody to help you as it relates to your field or your job search, okay? So sorry, almost done. Also, if you are looking to really move up the ladder, especially if it's something where, you know, you really need to transition into this career path, or you need to move up to the next level, mentors are really, really great for that. And again, mentorship, I think it's one of those ones that can really be for anybody, as long as you have the right mentor, right? Because I think we're all capable of having a human connection and human relationship with others. And so I think that's one of the things we can all benefit from having a mentor, if we ensure that it's truly a relationship and not where you're trying to use somebody. All right, I'm done. Sorry. Okay, so my question for you is, what strategy do you think works best for where you are in your job search? Are you going to leverage based on your strength? Are you going to leverage this based on kind of what's going on with your industry or how you are conducting your job search? What is it for you? Let me know in the comments. I really want to know. Okay, I'm going to start wrapping up this video, but if you didn't get this at the beginning, one of the things I want you to know is that you should never, ever be choosing all 5 job search strategies. You should be picking one of them, because when you do one of them well, it's going to help you so much. You're not going to need the other 4. So just really hone in on what's really going to help you. Choose one of those and run with it. I promise you got this, okay? In this training and this YouTube video, I shared so much of my job search strategies, how and why, and how they can support your job search. But honestly, some of you may really want to go to the next level, right? You may want to learn exactly how to do this correctly. You may want to know how to implement this in your job search. And so if you want to go deeper, I would really welcome you to join my Black Professionals Academy. It is a professional membership for Black professionals to really help them, and it takes them through every single stage of the job search, including onboarding and getting yourself to that next level and ensuring that you're successful when you start. So anyway, everything from what's really my dream job to resume writing to job search strategy. And so if this is something that you want, I will post a link in the description that will take you to where you can learn more and sign up and go deeper in the academy. Okay, so that's it, y'all. I'm done. It's Friday Eve for me. Like, I'm tired. But if you found this video helpful, I would really sincerely appreciate if you like this video. YouTube really loves that, and when you do that, it'll share it with more Black professionals like yourself. So again, I would appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!